Hello everyone and good day. We all know that education plays a vital role in our lives. For more than 4 months of quarantine brought by this COVID-19 pandemic, schooling is interrupted not only in the Philippines but also around the world. But despite the present condition, education must continue, shifting from face-to-face to other alternative learning delivery modes such as online learning, modular learning, and or blended learning. In this video, Buenavista National High School will showcase a simulation of the online class learning modality, wherein Ma'am Jeanne Forsuelo, a senior high school teacher, utilizes Google Meet and Zoom when conducting online class. She also uses Google Form, Google Doc, and Google Classroom for smooth delivery of the lesson and assessment.
Here is the instructional design for my online class. It is divided into 4 categories, and here we have the main component, the subcomponent, the platform to be used, and the duration. So for the preliminaries, there's an opening and attendance checking wherein Google Meet will be used. Then for the review or drill activities, I will use the Mentimeter app. For the lesson proper, particularly in the activity, analysis, abstraction, Google Meet is being used, wherein I'm going to present my slideshow presentation. And for the application, Google Classroom is being featured. And for the assessment, I will be using a Google form wherein I have created there my quiz for today. And lastly, for the assignment, I will be using Google Classroom. So if you can see, from the preliminaries down to the lesson proper and to the assessment, I will be using asynchronous learning. And for the assignment, I opted to choose asynchronous learning since I will be given the students enough time for them to think and then to formally arrange and think about their assignment.
Hi, good morning. Morning, ma'am. How are you? Okay, class, I will present to you my topic and I will share my screen now. COVID-19 has caused the greatest worldwide impact on our education system ever. Students, their parents, and educators around the world are feeling the extraordinary ripple effect of the novel coronavirus. As schools are shutting down and quarantine methods are being ordered to cope with the global pandemic, while our government and health officials are doing their best slowing down the outbreak, the Department of Education and global education systems are collaborating to collectively respond and provide quality education for all during these difficult times. It is because we believe that education must not be compromised because of this pandemic. Learning must continue, and each Filipino learner should possess a minimum set of competencies regarded as essential knowledge, values, and skills to be globally functional and productive citizens. As an educator, our job is to help everyone in providing quality education for all, even in these exceptional times. Teachers play a more challenging role since we are now facing a huge paradigm shift to our educational system, where the traditional face-to-face classroom instruction is no longer required. Hence, we're going to apply distance learning and teaching. This morning, I'm going to present to you the platforms that we're going to use in online learning. We all know that online learning is one of the modalities in distance learning. There are lots of platforms that can be used in online learning, but I've chosen this kind of mechanism because I'm already familiar with this kind of learning tools. I have here the flow of my lesson. For this week, I have prepared the 6 A's integrated approach and the ADI model as my instructional design. This is aligned with the most essential learning C's, or which we call MELCs, and its corresponding CJ code, where the required content standards and performance standards is reflected. My weekly learning activity sheets is also included. So, I have prepared my subject, which is under the Humanities and Social Sciences, HUMS, Philippine Politics and Governance for grade 12 students. So, for my instructional design, I have here the preliminaries. For the opening, checking of attendance, and greetings, I have chosen Google Meet. For the review or giving of drills, I've used the Mentimeter app. And for the lesson proper, for the activity, I will be presenting my video using Google Meet. And for my analysis and abstraction, I will also use the Google Meet, and I will be presenting my Google Slides. And for the application, Google Classroom is being used. And for the assessment, I have created a formative assessment, which is to be found. I've used Google Form, and it will be reflected into their Google Classroom. And for the assignment, Google Classroom will do. Okay. For the preliminaries, lesson proper, and for the assessment, there will be asynchronous learning, which will be having a real time, and it is interactive and collaborative since we are having time to share our ideas by presenting our comments or suggestions in the Google screen, the chat box in the Google screen. And for the assignment, it is a form of asynchronous learning wherein I have given them enough time to think and to formulate in order to modify and develop their activity. The video was already uploaded here, as you can see on my screen. Next, you're going to write the title of the video. Then in the first paragraph, begin your opening statement with, I have learned that. Then in the second paragraph, state the relevance of what you have learned to your present situation as a student, in your family, and to your community. And there is also an additional requirements. You may use your Google Docs, or you may output it, you may include your output using the MS Word format. It should be 1 page only. Then short size bond paper will do 1 inch margin and single space. Then the font must be in Cambria, and the font size is 12. Okay, this assignment will be until August 31 at exactly 3 p.m. Then this paper is good for 50 points. So there is a rubric here wherein you can follow the criteria on how to get that 50 points. So here's the criteria. For the content and development, 20 points. For the format, 10 points. And for the grammar, punctuation, and spelling, 20 points, with a total of 50 points.
Do you have any questions?
No, ma'am.